I'd like to call the meeting of the City Council meeting for February 21st, 2012 to order. I'd also like to entertain a motion to have a Chairman Pro Tem. Move Alderman Valko be seated. Seconded by Alderman Newsome. All those in favor?
Aye.
Bill? Roll call. Alderman Rivera.
Present.
Alderman Cunningham.
Present.
Alderman Koncan.
Present.
Alderman Moiseo. Alderman Beedling. Present. Alderman Newsome. Present. Alderman Tempath. Present. Alderman May. Present. Alderman Valko.
Present. If you'd all please, first off, if you'd all turn off your cell phones, please, so we don't get interrupted. And then if you'd rise for a moment of quick silence, please. And then the Pledge of Allegiance. If you'd all turn and face the flag, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Under Mayor's comments tonight, the Mayor asked that a letter be read from the Christian Neighbors Church. It's addressed to David Marion, who is our building commissioner, and it says, "Dear Mr. Marion, as you may remember, Christian Neighbors Church recently passed our final inspection and concluded a renovation project that lasted the better part of a year. Since completing the renovation, we have held several Sunday services and are delighted that we are now able to provide Waukegan residents with an opportunity to gather for worship in our neighborhood. Now that we are reflecting in the highlights and challenges of renovating the property, I want you to know that interacting with you and your employees about this renovation was one of the most enjoyable aspects of the entire project. Your willingness to work with our volunteers, your helpful attitude, and your conscientious direction throughout the project made us so grateful for you and your staff. Thank you for serving us and other Waukegan residents in such an exemplary way." And it's signed by Louis McFadden, pastor of Christian Neighbors Church. David Marion, I know you're here. Thank you, sir, for your service. The next item on the agenda is, as you well know, is audience time for those that have signed up. And the first one is Brother Blanks. You take off your coat, sir, and come right up. You're first. Brother Blanks of 409 Oak Street here in Waukegan. You're first up, sir.
Thank you. Brother Blanks, 409 Oak Street, founder of Black Abolition Movement for the Mind and National Action Network of Lake County. I just wanted to take the time and just to kind of clear up a few falsehoods that followed up after I spoke at the last meeting, and just to make some clarity of that. First of all, when I came here, I never said that Chief William Biang, or former chief, intimidated me, or that he came by my property with the intent. First of all, if someone intimidates you, you don't go get in the car to follow behind them to see who it was and stop and even go to the point to approach them. So it was never intimidation. And as far as him coming by with that intent, as I said, at that particular point in time, when I was at that time, that he didn't come by with the intent, but as I was saying at that time, he came by on that day, and it could have easily been taken as intent based on some of the things that have been going on and transpired with the litigation. And so I wanted to clear that up, and because of the fact that, and also that was never the case. And just to clear up some other things as to where it was said something about coming down here for the audience time. Must I remind you all that under the last administration, I came in here with my own Comcast camera, my own organization, as well as with my own Comcast certification card. So that simply means that I have the same access and I have my own programming show. So whatever agenda that I want to promote and get out there, I can do that with my own show and at my own time. So I just want to clear some things up and clear the air on that. There was also some things that was mentioned as far as those who felt that I should have more of a focus on what is going on at the Art Space project opposed to the security and the safety of my home. Well, I'll just say this. Just because you don't never see us out there, and when you don't see us out there protesting and marching, don't assume the issue is not being addressed. I think one of the aldermen said that they would rather we go pick on Art Space. Well, we don't pick on people. I think that's such a childish and juvenile term to say, well, I wish they go pick on somebody else. But anyway, we address the issues as we have been. I have spoke with Ms. Heidi Kurtz, I've spoke with Ms. Teddy Anderson, I've spoke with all the people who had something to do with those projects, and we addressed that, just as we did with the water development, just as we did with the Bed Rosen Park. That was a project that was going on in the first ward, in the heart of the first ward, where there was absolutely hardly any citizens from Waukegan working on that job or out of that ward. So we addressed it, and I went and talked to the owner of the company, and the owner was very open. So open to the point that we got a couple of people that was employed, one out of the ward, and another young man by the name of Quentin Gray. So we didn't have to protest. So when we get results and people are hearing us, don't expect to see us out there with a sign protesting, because we don't like to use last resorts first. With the art space, I see they're making some improvements and trying to do better as far as the diversity on that. So, and that's all good. And so that's where we stop at if you're trying to make some headway on it. And then there was one of the aldermen who said and felt that I was kind of confused on what body of government should be addressed when it comes to, well, let me just back up for 1 minute, because I just want to say this, because I remember somebody was mentioning about the camera.
Hang on, sir. Point of order.
Is this past 3 minutes here?
No. Give me a second here.
A couple of more minutes, sir, because you are past 3.
Okay,
couple of more.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate that. One other thing is one of the aldermen had mentioned that I was perhaps in the wrong body of government as far as addressing these issues with William Biang. And as it read in one of the papers in the articles where it said that the city was being gut by overwhelming expenses, being supportive of the lawsuit with William Biang and Mayor Hyde. I just want to say, it really don't matter whether he work across the street at the state's attorney's office or if he get a job in Washington, D.C. or running up and down the high school court in gym shorts and jock straps with no gym shorts, long as he is a financial burden on the taxpayers of this city. And we are footing the finance for his legal defense and litigation. I am in the right arena, and make no mistake about that. And as a taxpaying citizen of this city, I have the right to come here and face whatever complaints that needs to be addressed. Thank you for those extra minutes, and thank you all for your time and your attention.
Thank you, sir. Next up on the agenda is Jim McArdle. Am I pronouncing that correct, sir?
Yes, sir.
Of 4025 Bertrand Lane here in Waukegan.
Correct, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Jim McArdle, 4025 Bertrand Lane. I am here because I am part of a charity called St. Baldrick's, and I am hosting a charity event on March 17th and 18th that I would like the city of Waukegan to be behind and be a part of. At the Genesee Theater on March 17th, I am hosting a concert with a couple of local bands, one of whom actually has a Waukegan firefighter in it, a band called Bella Kane, also a band called Melancuga. We're going to have nationally known Irish bagpipers there, McNulty's Irish dancers, as well as a lot of Irish food, Irish beer. It'll be a good time for St. Patrick's Day. It's priced very, very affordably, so everybody can go. It's a family-friendly event, and at only $10, you can't beat it for what you're getting. There's 4 different after events, all local here in Waukegan, and that's a great way to generate some revenue for the businesses here in town. The following day, March 18th, we're going to be out at the Sundance Saloon. We're going to have an act in from NBC's America's Got Talent, a young man by the name of Talon Noble Latz. We're going to have Miss Illinois coming in to shave some heads, and what happens happens is people like myself kind of grow their hair and look kind of bad. And what we do is we end up shaving our heads, men, women, and kids. And what happens with that hair is the hair that's long enough to donate gets given to a place called Locks of Love. Locks of Love makes wigs for people who are battling cancer and going through the cancer treatments. Everything that day, as well as lunch included, is $10. We're also giving away a number of different prizes, anything from gift cards and gift certificates to resort stays to a big screen TV, including a 5-day cruise, iPad, $500 cash, and all of this stuff goes to benefit children who have cancer. So please, with the city, hopefully we can make this a great turnout. Perhaps one of the aldermen may even want to get his or her head shaved at our event.
I'm looking at you, yeah.
I'm close
Are you
enough.
sure? Oh, okay, all right.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Next up on the list is our own Violet Ricker, 203 Water Street.
Good evening. My name is Violet Ricker, and I live at 203 West Water Street. I'm also the director of Waukegan Main Street, which is our downtown development nonprofit organization. I want to begin by thanking the city and everybody who attended Art Walk last Saturday. We celebrated the 10th anniversary of the first Art Walk, and we had a really tremendous turnout, so thank you to everybody who came for that. We had a cake cutting ceremony that was both celebrating the 10th anniversary and Jack Binney's birthday at Rhythm Academy of Dance. And the Genesee Theater had a really, really great turnout for their Sing-Along Wizard of Oz. So it was a lot of fun, and hope to see you again at the next one, which this next month in March will be on St. Patrick's Day, celebrating the year anniversary of Dinosaur Studio opening. So we're looking forward to that. I also want to invite everybody to our next Members Plus gathering that will be at Jerry's Tacos this Saturday at 10 a.m. There's more information about that on our website, waukeganmainstreet.org. And the last thing I want to bring you up to speed on is we have an exciting project that we're working with the city and a number of other organizations on and partnering with ComEd to do a business retention and expansion survey. And what that means is that we are sending letters out to about 50 businesses in Waukegan. And then volunteers from each of the organizations will be going to survey and spend about an hour with the heads of all these companies, some small businesses in downtown, some of the larger corporations out west, to get their feedback on how we're doing with businesses in Waukegan and what we can do to help make improvements. So we're looking forward to the next couple of months and collecting those surveys, and then we'll be bringing the results back to you and organizing a roundtable, including all the local chambers of commerce and other economic development organizations here to see what we can do to make Waukegan as business and developer friendly as possible. Thank you very much, and I look forward to posting you on that.
Thank you, Violet. The rest of my page is empty. Was there somebody here to speak this evening on an issue? Okay. Next up is the minutes. Any corrections or additions to the minutes? On a motion by Alderman Rivera, seconded by Alderman Cunningham. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Resolutions and proclamations. Presentation by Mary Beth Roberti regarding the Roberti Community House. Am I pronouncing that correctly? Yes, ma'am. Go ahead.
I was going to actually present for us, but my name is Mary Beth Roberti, and I'm the president of the Roberti Foundation. And we just established a new community center in Waukegan at 918 8th Street. And I just wanted to say that our experience with the city, with Dave Marion and the development team and our alderman and the different departments really made it easy for us to build this house, to transition it into a really beautiful community center. We had a lot of support with Joel Kennedy Construction doing our work and kind of facilitating the different contractors. So I just want to thank the city of Waukegan for a really positive experience in rehabbing this house. And Barb's going to talk a little bit about the different programs that we're in partnership with the Holy Family Food Pantry, which is across the street. And she'll kind of share with you the different programs that are going to be at the community house.
Thank you. On behalf of Most Blessed Trinity and the volunteers of the Food Pantry, Mary Beth and myself, are very excited to be here today to present what we actually have done with this rehabbed house in our section of Waukegan. Without the hard work of many, we would not be here. And over the last 7 years, I have seen changes in families who walk through the door. We consistently provide food at our food pantry 2 days a week for over 40,000 people. But for the last few years, we have seen those have been giving are seeking help. We try to educate our new families about the extensive and wonderful social service agencies that are available, assist them in signing up for SNAP at our pantry, and help them with the emotional support that they need to get through these tough times in the economy. Education, though, truly is the key to change. This is evident mostly in our children of the community. 3 years ago, we were the first open-site summer lunch program in Lake County. Last year, over the 9 weeks of the summer, with the help of Northern Illinois Food Bank, we provided food for 650 different children 2 days a week, serving over 2,400 meals. We average 150 kids every day, and the children are only there for 2 hours. They'd line up at 9 in the morning, waiting to get into the doors at 11 o'clock. We also were very happy to be able to provide a safe environment for our children with physical activities such as basketball, jump ropes, hula hoops. We provided board games, crafts, a reading readiness for the first graders, and a children's garden. We also had the Waukegan Bookmobile present when it was running, and then we switched to Bernie's Book Banks to provide our children with free books. We also provided over 197 children with backpacks of food for the 9 weeks we were open this summer. Food support to our children during the summer is absolutely critical. Our physical space is limited, and because of the need to provide more than temporary assistance, we looked in the surrounding community to expand our services. Thus came Mary Beth, whose foundation assisted and purchased the home at 919 8th Street and allowed us to expand our educational support for our community families. The house is for daytime, community-based educational activities. The first floor has a teaching kitchen. The second floor has a library, conference room, and a room for quiet, prayer, and reflection. And the third floor of this 3,000 square foot house has an open area for physical activities such as Pilates, yoga, space for arts or photography. The backyard currently has 12 raised beds donated and constructed by Abbott volunteers this past fall. We will be working with the Chicago Botanic Garden this summer as we offer a junior green youth farm for 10 to 12 preteens from our neighborhood. This is the first junior youth farm outside of Chicago, and we believe it will be a feeder to the teen green youth farm located in the Greenbelt. We currently have a group of women who meet in the house on a weekly basis, and this is the start of our community support and education groups. I'm in the process of obtaining programs that have been identified as needed for growth and community development by our community. We plan to provide direct support to those who live in the immediate area. For example, I'm working with Rosalind Franklin University medical students to provide hypertension screening at the food pantry and follow up with nutrition education at the Roberti Community House. We do not plan to duplicate programs that are already present and successful in our city, but hope to identify needs that are currently not being met. One of the greatest needs that I see is the food insecurity our children experience during the summer. There's no excuse for children to be hungry. We're working with Northern Illinois Food Bank to help us to expand our summer backpack program. We need to work with more organizations to open more sites to feed our children. I am one of the commissioners appointed by Governor Quinn and will be presenting our findings and the recommendations this March to the General Assembly. Summer food insecurity is a big issue throughout the state of Illinois, and wouldn't it be great for us to take the lead on this issue with so many food deserts so close to our community? The Commission actually visited our summer lunch program this past year. They were most impressed by our site and how all this can be done on a volunteer basis. We were actually referred to as the gold standard. In 2010, we were one of the 2 sites used for filming in the Feeding America annual report. This film continues to be shown to volunteers from Northern Illinois Food Bank and is used as a teaching tool about food insecurity. Feeding America returned last summer and wrote about our children's garden in their blog. So as you can see, we are expanding from passing out a bag of food to helping those in need and recover and move forward. We plan to return our community into the beautiful, safe, and thriving space that it has been in the past. Thank you.
Thank you, ladies. We have a resolution for the Rivera Foundation, and since you're in Alderman Cunningham's first ward, he's requested to read the resolution for you and give it to you.
I'll read it. This is Resolution 12R7. Whereas the Rivera Foundation purchased the property at 912 8th Street, a blighted 3-flat in foreclosure, and whereas the Rivera Foundation completely gutted and rehabbed the building, and whereas the Rivera Foundation transformed 912 8th Street from a boarded up and scarred by gang graffiti building into an educational, spiritual, and inspirational haven for neighborhood families. And whereas the Rivera Foundation Community House provides the means to connect with people and teach them lessons that will be passed on. And whereas the Rivera Foundation Community House provides opportunities to learn as well as a safe and secure environment to explore future possibilities for Waukegan residents, now therefore resolved that Mayor Sabanes and members of Waukegan City Council express their sincere appreciation and thanks, as well as that of our citizens, to the Rivera Foundation for its dedication, commitment, and distinguished service to our community. Further be resolved that a suitably embossed copy of this resolution signed by the Mayor and City Clerk be presented to the Rivera Foundation dated this 21st day of February 2012.
Need a motion to
Yes.
approve.
Motion by Alderman Cunningham, seconded by Alderman Koncan for the approval of the resolution. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries.
Mayor Pro Tem,
Yes, sir.
If I could say something too as well.
Alderman Rivera.
City of Waukegan is such a great giving community, but I tell you, Alderman Cunningham has always, he talked about this before, supported it, he was very passionate about it, and I congratulate him too. I congratulate the Rivera Foundation, but I also congratulate, when you mention Joel Kennedy Construction, Joel Kennedy, not only, he's been involved with doing these type of things for charity for so many years, and definitely, you're absolutely right. He should be recognized as a very charitable construction company that really is committed to this community here in the city of Waukegan. So congratulations and thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Alderman.
Alderman Koncan.
Yeah, thank you. I'd also like to say, ladies, just correct me, isn't this the old rectory from St. Bart's that you rehabbed?
No.
It's across the street. Okay, I thought it was the rectory that you guys were talking about. I'm sorry. I just wanted to make that comment because that's where I went to grade school. So it's good to see that those buildings are put to good use. They're finally back to good use again. Thank you.
Yes.
Any other comments? Next item is a Relay for Life presentation by Jamie Dustan. Is that correct? Dustin? Dustan?
Dustin.
Dustin?
Thanks, ladies. Take care.
Hi, my name is Jane Ferry, and along with Jamie Dustin, I am co-chair for the Relay for Life Greater Waukegan Far North Shore for this year. We would just like to thank the council and the city of Waukegan for 12 marvelous years of support for the Relay for Life. And our 13th, lucky 13th year is this year on June 23rd at beautiful BVR Park, so we hope to see all of you out there. With your support, our event has been able to collect $1.1 million toward awareness, education, and research in the fight against a disease that's taken so much from so many. One of our goals this year is to be a top 25 relay. We currently have one top 25 relay in Lake County, and we're hoping to be number 2. Lake County also has the honor of 2 individuals serving on the state and national leadership team, one of which is from our relay. With that, I'll turn it over to Jamie.
Thanks, Jamie. With your support, we can raise awareness with an event called Paint the Town Purple in May. We're really excited about this opportunity, and it's the first time that we've attempted to do it. We will be doing it in all of the communities from North Chicago all the way north to Winthrop Harbor. But we're going to kick it off in Waukegan with the incredible art movement that's going on in this town. We're feeling a lot of energy behind this. And so this is something that all of you aldermen are able to take back into your wards, and everybody within the city can participate in making the city purple for a couple of weeks before Relay to raise awareness for our event. With your support, we're also looking forward, like Jane said, to another very successful Relay with the ability to celebrate both the people who are or have battled cancer, and also for their caregivers, which are instrumental in the fight against cancer. Jane is a survivor, and I happen to be a caregiver, so together we make a pretty powerful team. At this time, we would like to just show you a very brief video.
It's a pretty powerful word, huh?
Yeah.
Hey, I'm Ann.
Hi, Julie. I hope I didn't look that lost, did I?
No, not at all. I'm one of the Relay committee members, and we really try to meet as many people at the event as we can.
This is my second time at Relay. I was just looking a bit worried, thinking about when my mom was diagnosed with colon cancer. Seemed like that was all we had to hang on to.
When my dad was diagnosed with prostate cancer, we held on to hope every day. And I didn't realize how much I was going to need Relay to help me get through the experience of losing my father. I was so glad somebody asked me to come 10 years ago. And I'm really glad you're here too.
Thanks.
So, whose team are you on?
Margaret's Marchers, in honor of my mom.
Awesome.
We have a really great group of friends with us. It's so amazing to me how many people are here, how much this means to everyone. How did you guys get this many people to come out?
We just ask people.
What did you actually say to them to get them to come and form the teams and raise funds and everything? I mean, it's incredible.
Well, we just told as many people as we could the Relay story.
The one about how they're fighting cancer and providing hope?
There is so much more to the story than that.
Oh, yeah? How so?
The Relay started back in 1985 with just one guy.
One guy?
Yeah, Dr. Gordy Clapp. He wanted to show what someone fighting cancer endures, so he proved it by running around a track for 24 hours. Then he raised $27,000 that first year.
I can't imagine doing something like that. That's quite impressive.
Neither could Gordy. Believe it or not, next year one of his patients, Pat Flynn, joined Gordy, and they structured a team-based Relay event. And they combined the strength of families and friends to raise awareness and funds for the fight against cancer.
Wow. It's pretty impressive how just a couple of people can create something so amazing.
Well, Relay keeps becoming even more impressive. Over the last 27 years, ACS and their volunteers and staff have made this the largest not-for-profit activity in the world.
So how many people participate in Relay now?
Over 4 million people will participate in Relay for Life in 2012. And 5,200 relays in the United States and approximately another 1,000 in 20 other countries.
Relay is growing every year. It is really becoming a global movement. Well, if we're going to save more lives faster, every one of us has to work to involve as many people as we can and raise as much money as we can to support the American Cancer Society. And we need to support their research, their outreach programs, their education, their community services and support. We don't apologize for what we call our passionate aggression to end this disease. We ask others to join Relay, to make contributions to the American Cancer Society, and we need people like you.
And you.
We're fighting to save more lives faster.
That's how you got all these people here? You just told them the story and asked them to come?
Yeah, and we made sure they knew the Relay story so they could ask someone to join them.
It's a pretty powerful video for a lot of us. So the big exciting thing that many of you have heard about and seen throughout Facebook in downtown Waukegan, and I think you guys have all been presented a copy of the flyer. We are really excited to announce that on Leap Day, we will be spending our extra day helping to save lives faster and kicking off our 2012 relay season. We're really excited that this year's kickoff event is going to be held right downtown at the Urban Edge. It's a great opportunity for all of us involved, and the first time a kickoff has ever been held in an art gallery. So we are all really, really excited, and there's lots of buzz in Lake County, not just in Waukegan, about our event. So we really encourage and invite all of you to attend, show your support to our community and to those who have battled and either won or not won, or are caregivers within your area that you serve in your wards. Again, if we can hope to see you at kickoff and at our day of event on June 23rd at, again, as Jane said, the beautiful Beaver Park. And if you need any questions or have questions or look for more information, feel free to visit our website. We are on Facebook as well.
Alderman May? Oh, excuse me. Oh, Alderman Newsome, I'm sorry.
What time do you start on the 23rd?
June.
The 6 p.m. So we kick off our relay at 6 p.m. and it goes till 6 a.m. And then for the 29th, for our kickoff event at Urban Edge, it is from 6 to 8 p.m. And then we do have 2 brief presentations at 6:30 and 7:15, if you can make one of those as well. And Alderman May is holding it up. So again, thank you for all of your support, and we really look forward to a very exciting year and helping to save lives faster.
Thank you for all your help, ladies. And you, too, have a resolution. Mr. Clerk?
No, no.
No?
No, the next.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. I apologize. Resolution for the Fields of Hidden Glen Orchid Condo Association. Mr. Clerk?
This is Resolution 12R9. Whereas the Fields of a Hidden Orchid Condo Association has worked with its partners to obtain a nature preserve designation, and whereas the land has now been designated as the Quiet Prairie Sedge Meadow Nature Preserve by the Illinois Nature Preserve Commission, and whereas the nature preserve is a 93 acres of wetlands and prairies and home to several threatened and endangered plant species, and whereas by becoming an Illinois Nature Preserve, the land will receive the highest level of protection in the state of Illinois. Now, therefore, it be resolved that Mayor Sabanjan and members of the City Council of Waukegan, Illinois recognize Hidden Orchid Condo Association for their dedication and commitment to the preservation of our wetlands, prairies, and ecosystems. Further be resolved that a suing boss copy of this resolution signed by the mayor and city clerk be presented to the Fields of Hidden Orchid Condo Association. Day this 21st day of February 2012.
Thank you.
Mayor Pro Tem. Mayor Pro Tem.
Yes,
if
sir.
I could say something first before
Alderman Rivera.
they start their presentation. We have Linda Yonker. She is an independent environmental consultant who has worked with the Fields of Hidden Orchid to get this nature preserved officially dedicated, which was held in Springfield. We have Mark Spezio, who has played a huge role in this as well. Lenny Spielin, who is the vice president of the Hidden Orchid Association. These, along with their association, worked hard to get this. It took about 3 years process, and to get this dedicated, which was held in Springfield. You're talking about 100 acres, close to 100 acres, or even more. That could be the first dedicated nature preserve in Waukegan. So again, they're going to do their presentation.
Hello. The homeowners worked with 7 tribal councils of the Potawatomi to name the preserve Dokum Mascouta, means quiet prairie. The land is dedicated in remembrance to the Potawatomi tribe. The Removal Act Treaty was signed in 1833 by the federal government and the leaders of the Potawatomi, Medawa, and Apagesic. At the time, most of the tribe was moved to Oklahoma, others scattered through Indiana, Michigan, Wisconsin, always staying close to Lake Michigan. In summer 2003, I was approached by the U.S. Fish and Wildlife about the eastern prairie fringed orchid. Our site at the time only held 7 plants. Now it's one of the more viable populations in the state, nearly holding in excess of 50 plants. In addition, several other threatened species have been discovered recently on site. Currently, we dedicated 93 acres of high-quality wetlands. To do this, we needed some expertise, so we hired Linda Junker as our consultant. Without her help, none of this would have happened. We started by approaching Lake County Forest Preserve. They declined to partner with us. Then we contacted Steve Byers with the Illinois Nature Preserve Commission. He was enthusiastic about our vision and brought in additional partnerships to help with the project. It is Lake County's vision to create a 410-acre complex of open space. Our 93 acres is the beginning of this endeavor. My name is Lenny Schillen, currently Vice President of the Fields of Hidden Orchid. Mark Spezial is currently the President of the association.
Hi, again, I'm Mark Spezial, the President of the association, and I want to take some time to go over this next few slides. This area is so rare that it's more rare to find this part of land than it is to find a rainforest these days. It is less than 1/100th of 1% of our Illinois prairies still survive today. Wow. So finding this land was pretty amazing. These roots of these plants go down approximately 16 feet, which aids in our stormwaters, which we all know today with development, our stormwater really has no place to go. So this land is very, very important to our area. And it also helps with the whole functions of the stormwater industry. So what we did is going back into, when I was on the board, when I became board as president, going back into 2010, we received preliminary approval through the Illinois Nature Commission to be designated as an Illinois Nature Preserve, which was very exciting for us at the time. And then in 2011, we approached, or 2012, we approached the state of Waukegan to rezone it. So our land, this land was zoned to be a residential zoning for homes. We changed that, since we did own the 93 acres, thanks again to the city of Waukegan for helping us with that, to an CR, a conservative and recreational zoning. So this is how this all became about. It's very exciting. And about the same time, too, to go back about the name, we were really trying to give this land a name that really meant something and really kind of stood out and was very important. So we went back to the board and I said, what is this land? What's the history of this land? What does this land really mean? And when I found out that the last inhabitants of this land were the Potawatomi, and we approached them, and they were very excited to have their namesake on this land. So it's a little way to remember the Potawatomi, and they were here up until 1833. So we finalized our partnership with the U.S. Fish and Wildlife, the Nature Preserve, Liberty Prairie Conservancy, and the association. We all joined into a memorandum of understanding, and we all worked together in helping provide funds to take care of this land. Liberty Prairie, U.S. Fish and Wildlife, and the Nature Preserve all go on their own to help get funds, as well as us. We donate some of our own association money in preserving this land. This land is, again, 100 acres, so it's a lot of acreage for a 93 townhouse home to take upon itself. It would take us approximately between $20,000 to $30,000 of our own association money to maintain this land in the condition it needs to be maintained. We unfortunately didn't have that, and that's why this partnership became about, because they wanted to make sure this land stayed the way it was. We applied for, grant money was applied through Steve Byers from the Illinois Nature Commission. We also got funds from the Chicago Wilderness, U.S. Fish and Wildlife, and HSBC has been a great contributor to this land, donating approximately between $25,000 to $35,000 every 5 years or so. And we use that money up. That money is used for burns, it's used for cleanup, it's used to keep that land in pristine condition. It's very important. It's, again, 100 acres, and it may sound like a lot of money, but it really is not when we go to do the work. Liberty Prairie, I want to give them credit for applying for the Illinois Clean Energy Act, which purchased an additional 8 acres of land that was holding up this dedication. There was that was owned by someone privately who wanted to develop it. They worked with us, and they went out and sought money to buy these additional 8 acres so that we could finally go through with our dedication. Without that 8 acres, this would not have been possible either. So that was also very important. So I want to thank Liberty Prairie Conservancy for their time and effort on this. So our next steps is to create some signage. Again, remembering the Potawatomi for being there. We are also working on our own 501c3 as an organization and create our own board and to work on our own kind of funding, working through other tribes, Indian tribes, who have offered to come step up and help us out with this. We also are looking for donations once we start this 501c3 to kick off a big dedication ceremony in May 2012, maybe June 2012. And so, the city will let you know when that happens, and we would love for you all to be there on this kickoff of our nature preserve. We're also looking for volunteers to take care of this land. Some builders that were in there unfortunately dumped a lot of building equipment back there. We have found stoves and toilets and just a bunch of lumber back there. So it's going to take a lot of work to get that stuff back out of there so that land can grow. One of the people in the Liberty Prairie Conservancy found a bottle from 1894. So that land has a ton of history, and it's really untouched. It's pretty amazing that we have this right in our own backyard, and we're really honored as a board to be able to be part of this process. And I want to thank the rest of the board. We have Ron Lass, who is our secretary, who's here, so he's been a big help on this, and 2 board members that cannot be here, Deldry Duggar and Julie Trieger, who are also on the board who cannot be here today. But that precludes my presentation, so I just want to thank you all for your time in this, and I hope to see you guys out there when we do the dedication.
And we'd like to thank you, sir, because the Alderman has consistently talked about how well that you guys work out there. Thank you very much.
Without his help, we couldn't have done this.
Thank you.
He's been very integral as well.
Any other words, Alderman?
No, I'm just, again, I'm very proud of this association. They're very active, and they really love this community. And it's great to have something like this in our own backyard. And anything that we can do to assist, we'll be there for you. So
we really appreciate everything.
That.
Thanks again.
Thank you, guys.
And I also want to, thank our planning and zoning too for doing the,
Oh, and Newton Finn also helped a lot
Exactly.
with Linda. Yes,
Right.
he was very helpful as well.
Yeah.
So this was a big undertaking for 93 homes and 5 people, 5 board members.
Thank you very much. You're welcome. Congratulations. And also, do you have the, Mr. Clerk? Do you have the
Green Bay Road, I saw this
the resolution?
back in the 40s between Belvedere between Belvedere.
Well, let's take a photo anyway with it.
West side of Green Bay Road
With
back
it.
in the silver.
Thank you so much.
When I was a kid, I lived between Washington Street and Belvedere.
Absolutely.
On the west side of Green Bay Road. A lot of those flowers I saw there, I saw them back in the Shooting Star and Maybe next time we can get a little flower presentation. The different flowers. Other flowers you show.
Yeah. We're gonna roll through this agenda, right?
I just read it on
Well, I hit spell check.
John Schwab. All right, let's move on. I'm going to ask for the indulgence of the alderman on this issue for a quick issue. I know recently, I believe it was last month, maybe 4 or 5 weeks ago, the mayor appointed a new trustee to the library board, Ms. Jacqueline Herrera Garone, and she was unable to be here. She is here tonight to introduce herself to the Alderman. If you'd like to step forward, ma'am.
Good evening, and thank you for approving that I can be a part of the library board. I unfortunately couldn't make it that night because I had pneumonia. If not, I really would have been here. I just wanted to introduce myself to you guys because when I watched the video of the meeting, I thought, oh my God, they don't know me. I feel terrible that I'm not there. But my name is Jacqueline Herrera Giron, as you know, and you've seen my resume. I love Waukegan. Waukegan is home. I left Waukegan because I went to college and then I went to law school. And I've come back because I really do want to be a part of the growing Waukegan and I want to be able to contribute to it. So thank you for allowing me to be part of the library. I love reading, and every time I go through those hallways, I always say, I wish I had, you know how that song, too many boys, too little time? I always think too many books, too little time. So thank you very much. And I also wanted to announce that I'm really proud that our library won 2 awards just recently. One is a national award for outreach work, and the other one is an early learning center from the American Library Association. So if you have doubts of who I am, here I am, and please feel free to call me. I really am glad that I'm part of the board, and I'm sorry I couldn't make it.
Thank you, ma'am.
Mayor Pro Tem, if I can make a comment on this. I know I don't know, for some reason I feel like talking tonight, but to be honest, I took a tour of the library the other day, and it had been like almost about 4 or 5 years since I've been there, and the changes that they have made there, it's been incredible. And Jacqueline has already made an impact there already, and with the programs that they have going there, we definitely need the support of the library, no question about it. I was very impressed with what they're doing there, and I just wanted to, I see Elizabeth Stern there in the audience, and you're doing a terrific job, as well as Mr. Lee with some of the changes that you've made there. I mean, it's awesome, and I'm very impressed. I just wanted to share that with the rest of my councilmen.
Thank you. Any other comments? Alderman Koncan.
I just want to say thank you for coming. I know that some of my comments were of that variety that I didn't know who you were, hadn't met you, hadn't seen you. And it wasn't directed and personal towards you. We were appointing a lot of people that, I'd like to meet. And so I'm glad that you made the effort and came out to say hello and introduce yourself. Thank you very much.
And just to say, I thought those were really good questions, and that's why I said, I'm glad they're asking them today. I wasn't informed.
Anybody else? No. Good.
We already approved it.
On the resolution? Right. Right. We haven't done that yet, and that's my fault. I'll need a motion on the resolution for the Hidden Orchid Condo Association.
So move.
Motion by Alderman Rivera, seconded by Alderman Tempest. Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye. Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. A nay?
Yes, sir.
Motion carries. Before we move on, we have a presentation by the Finance Director, Ms. Smigielski, in new business. She has a pressing family matter this evening, and it's on the agenda, and I ask for a consideration to bring item F in new business up before the committee reports and motions. Do I have that?
So moved.
So moved.
Second.
By Alderman Newsome and seconded by Alderman May. Thank you. So let's drop down to, before the committee reports, let's drop down to new business. Item F, adopt an ordinance authorizing the appropriation transfer for fiscal year 2010-11, City of Waukegan, Lake County. Finance Director.
Good evening. This is really a housekeeping item. As you recall at the last meeting, we went over the final audited figures for the fiscal year ending April 30th, 2011. Once those numbers are finalized, we compare those to the appropriation. We were well within our appropriation. The appropriation for the fiscal year was $138 million, and our actual expenditures were $98 million. But some of the accounts did exceed their specific appropriation amount, so all this is doing is transferring appropriation amounts from category to category. It doesn't approve any additional expenditures. It doesn't create any deficits in any funds. It's really just a housekeeping matter to match up our appropriation to our final figures, and then we just file this across the street at the county.
Very well. Any questions?
It's a housekeeping. So move.
So yes, sir. Alderman Koncan.
Could you give me an example of one of the things that we went over the appropriations for, and what we went under, and why we're moving that money from? I understand what we're doing, but could you give me an example of something that we appropriated X amount for, and now we need X plus 5?
Sure. One example of funds specifically would be the police pension fund, for example. There was an expenditure of the personnel benefits. We had appropriated $4.4 million, but the actuals was $5.5 million. Okay. And that's related to disability pensions that were awarded during the fiscal year that weren't anticipated in the budgetary process. So we had to transfer $1 million to that particular category in the pension funds. So what we did was we used the underspent appropriation in the employee benefits fund, where we had appropriated $9.9 million and only expended 5.9. So there was plenty of room to move things around. It usually relates to, unanticipated expenditures. That's why we need to make sure we don't overspend everywhere so that we have that savings. When we issue bonds, we appropriate the entire amount of bonds, even though it usually takes about 3 years to spend it down.
And there are no issues with moving this money around?
No, that's what if we had expended over the appropriation, we would have to do a supplemental appropriation where we'd have to identify new funds to cover new expenditures, and that would require a hearing and more formal action. Since we're simply transferring money between accounts, it goes through your approval, and then I've always just filed it across the street. We don't legally have to do that either, but I just feel like that ties up loose ends with the county filings.
Okay, thank you very much.
Alderman Tempest.
A handout was given where each fund, you could see where the transfers were in and out of each fund. It's in your files there. It's kind of interesting to see. She guessed pretty good on most things. You were pretty accurate, except for the pensions. It's a bookkeeping matter.
Anybody else? Did I hear a motion previously from Alderman Rivera? Seconded.
Motion by, that was just to move it up.
No.
Okay.
Yeah. This
motion?
is to adopt. Right.
This is to approve.
Seconded by Alderman Cunningham. Any questions on the motion?
Oh, I get that here.
All those in favor? Roll call on this one.
Alderman Rivera.
Aye.
Alderman Cunningham.
Aye.
Alderman Koncan.
Aye.
Alderman Beedling.
Aye.
Alderman Newsome.
Aye.
Alderman Tempest.
Aye.
Alderman May.
Aye.
Alderman Valko.
Aye. All right, committee reports. For those of you that have the agenda there, so you understand what we're doing, we're moving from the Finance Committee, item A, down to the Public Works Committee, because that's where it should be. And then under the Public Works Committee, we're taking away item A, because that's already been voted on at a previous meeting. So the Finance Committee, Alderman Newsome.
Thank you, Your Honor. Finance Committee met Monday, February 14th. We have 2 items on the agenda. Item B would be motion to authorize use of bond proceeds to fund the award of a contract to Campanella & Sons for the repair of water plant mains repair and replacement, specifically repairs to a water intake tunnel in the amount not to exceed $50,000. Budget code 555-916-027043. And I so move.
Second.
The repair work, should I read this whole thing again?
No.
I didn't think so. Okay, motion by Alderman Newsome, seconded by Alderman Tempest, to authorize the use of the bond proceedings to fund the award of a contract to Campanella, which is so read. All those, excuse me, a roll call vote. Mr.
Alderman
Clerk.
Rivera.
I'll vote aye, but I just wanted to ask, was there a bid process for this?
This was an emergency. The line blew at the plant on Sunday afternoon, and they were running on the spot.
Okay. Thank you.
Alderman Cunningham.
Aye.
Alderman Koncan.
Aye.
Alderman Beedling.
Aye.
Alderman Newsome.
Aye.
Alderman Tempest.
Aye.
Alderman May.
Aye.
Alderman Valko.
Aye.
Item C, motion to authorize use of bond proceeds to fund the award of a contract to Baxter and Woodman for the repair of water equipment repair and replacement, specifically SCADA, supervisory control and data acquisition system repairs, in the amount not to exceed $38,210. Budget code 555-91602-7018. And I so move.
And a motion by Alderman Newsome, seconded by Alderman Cunningham. Mr. Clerk, will you, if it's a roll call
Alderman
vote?
Rivera.
Aye.
Alderman Cunningham.
Aye.
Alderman Koncan.
Aye.
Alderman Beedling. Aye. Alderman Newsome.
Aye.
Alderman Tempest.
Aye.
Alderman May.
Aye.
Alderman Valko.
Aye.
That's all for the Finance Committee.
Thank you, ma'am. Public Works Committee.
I'll report for Alderman Moiseo.
Thank you, ma'am.
The Public Works Committee met on February 13th. Our first item is to accept, the Public Works Committee recommends to accept the quote from Northern Divers USA for an amount not to exceed $80,000 for the emergency cleaning of this tunnel to remove the risk of total closure of the intake. Money is available for this work in line item 555-916-027018, and I so move.
A motion by Alderman May, seconded by Alderman Koncan. Mr. Clerk, will you please call a roll?
Alderman Rivera.
Aye.
Alderman Cunningham. Alderman Koncan.
Aye.
Alderman Moiseo. I'm sorry, Alderman Beedling.
Aye.
Alderman Newsome.
Aye.
Alderman Tempest.
Aye.
Alderman May.
Aye.
Alderman Valko.
Aye.
Next item, the Public Works Committee recommends to grant permission to proceed with Phase 1 engineering for replacement of the Grand Avenue Bridge superstructure over the Union Pacific Railroad, section number 12-00239-00BR. A contract should be executive with Baxter and Woodman for an amount not to exceed $124,800 using Highway Bridge Program, 80%, 20% funding, with the city's share being a maximum of $24,960. Funds are available in line item 228-922-824-435. Reimbursements from the state for this project must be deposited back into this line item, and I so move.
A motion by Alderman May, seconded by Alderman Rivera. Any questions on this?
I
Questions?
have one.
Yes, sir. Alderman Rivera.
Is this a Public Works job? Therefore, our local hiring, Phase 1 engineering? Okay, very well. But in the future, since it's a Public Works, job, this could be an opportunity for our local union jobs there. Very well, thank you.
Any other questions? Mr. Clerk, please call a roll.
Alderman Rivera.
I said aye.
Alderman Cunningham.
Aye.
Alderman Koncan.
Aye.
Alderman Beedling.
Aye.
Alderman Newsome.
Aye.
Alderman Tempest.
Aye.
Alderman May.
Aye.
Alderman Valko.
Aye. Old business.
That's all I have.
That's all, I'm sorry. Thank you. Old business. Motion by Alderman May, seconded by Alderman Rivera, the Corporation Council draft an ordinance to approve the zoning calendar number 2255 for the conditional use permit for a laundromat located at 1700 North Lewis Avenue. And it was held over by Alderman Newsome.
Thank you, Your Honor. I have gone over and spoken with the owners of the Lewis Produce, and they, Super Fresh.
Yes.
Next to Lewis Produce.
Yeah.
And they gave me a tour and let me know exactly what they were planning over there, and let me know that they get a lot of patrons from Wisconsin that have come down and asked for this service while they're shopping to be able to do their laundry. And so I will remove the holdover, and it can go for a vote. Thank you.
Since it's in your ward, you want to make that motion now?
I'll make the motion.
Okay, motion by Alderman Newsome, seconded by Alderman Rivera.
Voice.
Very good. So, excuse me, any other further questions on this at all about the laundromat? Because I know there was some before. Nothing?
Conditional use permit.
Okay, on a voice vote, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, motion carries. Reports and communications. Anybody have anything? No one? New business and recommended actions by the Corporation Council. Approval of payroll dated February 9, 2012, in the amount of $1,261,138.31. Any questions on that?
I so move. So moved.
So moved by Alderman Newsome.
Second.
Seconded by
Second.
Alderman Cunningham. Mr. Clerk, please call the roll.
Alderman Rivera.
Aye.
Alderman Cunningham.
Aye.
Alderman Koncan.
Aye.
Alderman Beedling. Alderman Newsome.
Aye.
Alderman Tempest.
Aye.
Alderman May.
Aye.
Alderman Valko.
Aye.
Did they get her tonight?
Item B, approval of bills dated February 21st, 2012, in the amount of $1,871,775.43.
So moved.
Any questions on that? So moved by Alderman Newsome, seconded by Alderman Koncan. All those in favor say...
No.
Oh, excuse me. Excuse me.
Alderman Rivera.
Aye.
Alderman Cunningham.
Aye.
Alderman Koncan.
Aye.
Alderman Beedling. Alderman Newsome.
Aye.
Alderman Tempest.
Aye.
Alderman May. Alderman Valko.
Aye. I'm going to get this done sooner than later tonight. Don't get this over with. Item C, accept and place on file the treasurer's report for the month of January 2012.
So moved.
So moved by Alderman Tempest, seconded by Alderman May, and this is a voice vote.
All those in favor?
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Item D, request from Lamb's Farm for their annual Lamb's Farm Popcorn Day on Friday, April 20, and Saturday, April 21st, 2012. Motion by
So move.
Alderman Cunningham, seconded by Alderman Koncan. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. So, I'm sorry, sir, did you say something?
All in favor. Fine.
Honorary naming of Fred Abdullah Avenue.
I so move.
Second.
A second, you guys are always getting ahead of me here, honest to goodness. Everybody wants to get in. Alderman Newsome, seconded by Alderman Tempest. That is correct. It is now Rogers Edwards Court. Alderman Newsome, it's in your ward. Go ahead.
I was approached by someone at the bank. Fred Abdullah, I'm sure everyone knows, was the president of the formerly Bank of Waukegan, now North States Bank, and retired after many, many, many years up there. I think he became president in 1975, and then director or manager. I had his bio, but I lost it in my email and couldn't get the old mail back because I kept saving it, and then I couldn't find it. I was going to bring it to read it. But the honorary naming, I think it's so deserving of him. He's given so much to our community and as well to the Genesee Theater. I believe a couple months ago they named the stage at the Genesee Theater after Mr. Abdullah. So I think it's fitting that we would give him an honorary street naming.
Absolutely.
Thank you, ma'am. Any more comments?
No, if anyone that knows Fred, I'm going to tell you, that's one of the most generous people in this community for a long, long time. He's always been very charitable with all the organizations in this community, so he's made a huge impact. Not only in business, but in charitable contributions.
He also has a heating and cooling business on Genesee Street, South Genesee Street. So
He's also a University of Illinois graduate. in honor of, in the engineering school just recently, about 2-3 years ago.
All right.
Okay, this will require a voice vote. What, one more?
I'm just curious, you know, I plan on approving this and voting yes, but I'm just wondering, normally these come through Public Safety Committee for, these requests come through Public Safety, and I hadn't heard a thing about it. I was just wondering whose committee did this come through?
It didn't.
It came from the Alderman.
It came from me.
Did
It
it?
go through. It can go through Public Safety if you would like it to. There's no problem.
No, I don't know. There's no need to take it back to committee, but I was just curious.
Yeah,
And in the future, I would hope to see them.
It will.
Okay, thank you.
My mistake.
Don't feel bad. There's a
This
lot
just
of them
came out as a
tonight. Don't
surprise.
feel
I
bad.
normally see these, and I just haven't seen this one. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. On a voice vote. All those in favor signify saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. We've already done F. And item G, presentation by Treasurer John Schwab. You're on.
Alderman, I want to report that a copy of the 2010-2011 audit has been sent to the state. The filing with the state is done. The filing with the Treasurer's report with the city's clerk office has been done. The county filing is done. I have confirmation of each and all of those. If any alderman would like a copy, I have copies of the confirmation. The required printing of the Treasurer's report in the newspaper will be February 24th. Any questions? So ends my report.
Motion by Alderman May to accept the report. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Ordinance and resolutions. Item A, ordinance approve the zoning calendar number 2356, text amendment to subdivision ordinance to allow administrative review and approve of minor subdivision. I don't see anybody here. They've all gone, but this is just what we've been told is just it's just a text amendment. That's all. It's just a cleanup. That's all it is.
Do we have the ordinance before us?
Yes, sir. Do we have the ordinance?
Yes.
We had discussion, and there was a presentation during judiciary, I believe. And I think that came out.
I don't have it in my folder today.
No, not tonight. That was at least a month ago, month and a half ago.
A month ago, but I don't have the ordinance before me to look at and to read and to vote, and I'll hold it over because I don't vote on anything unless I can read it. I don't know if it's been changed. I don't know if it's the same ordinance. I don't know. It's before us to vote on. We ought to be able to see the ordinance.
Item A held over by Alderman Tempest.
Thank you.
Item B, ordinance approve Highway Authority agreement and addendum located at 1343 South Lewis Avenue.
What is it?
And this was for the gas station that was there, and the EPA and the city are in agreement on this. Are there any,
What is this location?
1343 South Lewis Avenue at 14th and Lewis. This is the gas station that we went over several times in committee on, that the EPA and the city are finally getting together with.
Okay.
On a motion by Alderman Cunningham, it's in your ward, sir. Seconded by Alderman Koncan.
First by Koncan, second by me.
Okay.
That's in this one.
First by Koncan, seconded by Alderman Cunningham. Any questions on this ordinance? Voice vote, Mr. Clerk.
No. Roll call. Alderman Rivera.
Aye. Roll call.
Alderman Cunningham. Alderman Koncan. Alderman Beedling. Alderman Newsome. Alderman Tempest.
Aye.
Alderman May. Alderman Valko.
Aye. Alderman's time. Who's up first, sir?
Rivera.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem. I just want, this evening I received a scathing email, regards to parking in cul-de-sacs. And I'm quite sure all of us have gotten those type of calls or those type of emails. It's not an excuse, but we cannot control people that just constantly break the law, when it comes to parking on a cul-de-sac, especially when there's a no parking signs there. I am going to, Chief, I'm going to give you the email so you can address it. You know, we either have to go to these areas, and I know, believe me, there's a lot more issues going on in the city of Waukegan than putting a police officer at every cul-de-sac. But when they call you a liar, you know, I really take that very offensively. But I would appreciate if sometime or another, I'll get in touch with also my my officer, Dan Van Hoogen, to go to these places, these areas, and start handing out tickets, plain and simple. That's how it can be controlled. Maybe they'll change their minds on it, but I've got the email here to give to you, Chief, and I appreciate that very much. Second, on a positive note, the Little Fort Lions Club is having, and I should have said this last couple weeks ago, but the Little Fort Lions Club of Waukegan, which I am a part of, been a part of since 2003, we're having our steak and egg breakfast at the Waukegan Yacht Club this Sunday, February the 26th, from 8 a.m. To 1 p.m. And I do have tickets. But just to let you know about the Little Fort Lions Club, which was established in 1974 by great people like Lion Bob Abbott, God rest his soul, and Martin Gus, who we honor with this breakfast, which helps City of Waukegan children in terms of glasses, hearing aids, library books, supplies for elementary and junior high students, awards and scholarships for the Waukegan High School students. We have a holiday luncheon for the hearing and visually impaired, diabetes and drug awareness. So this organization is really, we've been doing this for quite a while, and it's a great organization, and hopefully we see everyone there. It starts at 8 o'clock in the morning until 1 o'clock. We have a lot of volunteers. I've got FIST, I've got the Boy Scouts. It's really a community event, and it's a wonderful event. So hopefully we see everyone there. Thank you very much.
Alderman Cunningham.
Pass.
Alderman Koncan.
Thank you. I'd just like to reiterate the things we heard from Mr. McCardle today. Jim McCardle has been running this St. Baldrick's thing, and I went to the events last year. It was really a good time, and it's for a good cause, so I hope people would attend his performances. The performance they have going at the Genesee Theater, it's on Saturday, March 17th at St. Patrick's Day. If I remember correctly, Main Street's having something going that same day, so everybody can line things up, and on the 18th, go get your hair cut out at Sunday Saloon. Like I said, I was there last year. It was a great time, and they raised money for a great cause. Thank you very much.
Alderman Beedling.
Amy Strigi, how's that ward remap coming along?
Did they find out?
Pretty, what, in next month, or you have no idea? I would urge my colleagues that we could get together and get this thing voted on and get it over with so we can all move on. That's what I would appreciate.
Alderman Newsome.
Did you all find out when exactly this map has to be done? Is it before the mayor's election or before the alderman's election by
Okay. Mayor's race. Right. We got some time.
So that would be next year?
Okay. Primary or general?
That would be
primary. Primary. Okay.
So
let's not turn this into a joke. I would hope that we could get this done and move on.
I don't think it's a joke. I just think, well, I don't see what the problem is.
The problem is that we have people that vote for us, and now we're going to say, yeah, thank you for your vote, but go talk to somebody else because you're not in my ward anymore. I disagree with that.
The bottom line is we have time, right, Amy? Yes. Thank you. We have time.
Very good.
Thank you.
Anything else? Alderman?
I'm done.
You done?
I'll get working on it.
Alderman Newsome.
Thank you. I have a few items here. Last Thursday, I started getting calls regarding garbage pickup in an area in my ward, and there are townhomes in this area, and according to our ordinance, if there are 3 or more units, you have to... 4 or more units, you have to have your own contract with your own garbage. Well, in this area, there are townhomes that are owner-occupied, and there are owners that have 1 unit. And this week, our garbage company decided not to pick up, well, the last 2 weeks, they decided not to pick up the garbage. So this created a big monster over in that area, garbage everywhere. But I would like to thank Dave Marion and Tom Haggerty. Once I started calling them, letting them know what the issue was, they got right on it. And I talked to Mr. Dave Wall at Veolia. He got right on it. So they did pick up the garbage today. Today was their garbage pickup day. And they did pick that up. And so I want to thank you all for getting involved. And what I would like to do, since these townhomes are owner-occupied, that ordinance, I would like it pulled and put into Public Works so that we can go through this and find out exactly how we're going to solve this issue. So who's in charge of Public Works? Is that Moiseo?
That's a judiciary.
Is it judiciary? Since garbage is Public Works, do you think it should go in?
Probably judiciary.
Okay, judiciary, that would be Alderman May. You have a...
Sure.
Alderman Tempest, I'm sorry, sir.
The problem there are 4 units. And what they've gone in there and done, a man's bought all 4 units, then he sells them individually. And now I own apartment A, they own apartment B, they own apartment C, so they're individually owned then as townhouses rather than as a 4-unit apartment building, which according to our owners, if it's a single family thing, they're coming, we're a single family now, therefore we should get free garbage pickup per the contract. And that's, yeah, I suppose we need to look at that in committee. We need to look, do they have individual water bills then too?
Yeah, they have their own, they have their own taxes and they have their own water bill.
So then that should take care of it all right, but you ought to be able to clean that up in
clean up the ordinance.
in committee. I can see it, but if you refer that to a committee, I think they can, Public Works Committee probably be the place to.
Judiciary, because we're looking
at finance.
Judiciary Committee.
Judiciary?
Yes, sir.
Be fine.
Okay. All right, thank you for putting that in judiciary. And I wanted to ask what we can do regarding some of our businesses. I know I have quite a few in my ward, and I guess this would be building or code issue, enforcing businesses to clean up their properties. Like after the snow, you know, you find trash in all the bushes and stuff, and I don't think we should have to send a code officer to a business to tell them to clean up their property. I don't know if we issue citations or whatever. It's just like a homeowner. They're responsible for cleaning up around their properties. A business more so, if you want someone to patronize your business, you should clean it up. You can see that there's trash in the bushes and paper and all that stuff, just like I go out after garbage pickup day or any day that trash is in my yard, I pick it up. It doesn't matter if I put it there or it blew there or somebody else put it there. I take care of it. And I don't think the city should have to go to a business and tell them to clean up their property. They should have the initiative to take care of that themselves. Or can we issue citations for that?
Yes, ma'am, and we do. We enforce just as much in the commercial side as we do on the residential side.
Okay.
It's the same type of stop.
Do we give them warnings, or do we say, okay? I mean, I understand you know, when there's snow, but, I mean, year after year after year, you shouldn't have to say, okay, you need to send an employee out here and clean up your grounds.
We'll stop once, and we'll give them a warning. If they don't, then we'll go the other route, and that's this citation.
Okay. I'm not trying to pick on the businesses, but, I mean, it's unsightly when you see all this trash, and it doesn't look good in our community, and it you know, we already have to change the stigma that we have, so if cleaning up is one thing that can help, I think we need to be doing that. I appreciate what you do, too, the code. Thank you so much. I have one, I guess you say I'm talking a lot tonight. I wanted to ask if anybody had problems with skunks, because I've had a call last week, and then I've had a skunk roaming. I guess it's because I have stray cats running around in the neighborhood, so I don't know if these cats scare these skunks and then they spray, but what can we do? I guess we have to call wildlife to try to get rid of whatever this, you know, it could be one. It's probably just one skunk roaming around, you know, and
Yeah, as far as I know, the shelter won't come out for skunks.
right, I know they.
Yeah.
Wildlife, we skirt around that, but if it's a really bad situation, we try to address it. But it's on a case-by-case basis. Because actually, if you trap a skunk, it has to be removed or euthanized.
Yeah.
So it's problematic. It's wildlife.
Right.
We try to address it at our level, but if it becomes beyond that, it's case-by-case.
What about these stray cats? How can I get rid of them around my property? Then maybe I won't have the skunks.
That would do it.
We sprayed and neutered 178 cats. Be careful. A couple months ago.
Don't say it.
Okay.
Situation where we have feral cats that are taken care of by caregivers of certain colonies, and depending upon the circumstance, they could be just wild cats, but they could be feral cats that are being taken care of.
Yeah.
We can address it. Short of that, we can trap the animals and take them in.
Well, they sit on my step like they live there, and I don't feed them.
You're feeding them.
No, I'm not. I'm not
Make
feeding.
sure nobody's, because they keep coming back.
I'm not feeding them.
Nobody throwing anything outside.
No.
You gotta talk to Tori, so you make sure that.
No.
But usually that's what happens. There's a reason.
Okay. All right.
Edie, I'd like you to know that AHA and WAGs, so the new Waukegan organization formed to help animals.
Okay.
2 months ago, we spayed and neutered 178 cats and dogs, and we put them back into the community so these feral cats can no longer reproduce. So that's going to have a direct impact in our community very shortly.
So they can't produce, but
They
they
can't
still
reproduce.
roaming.
Yes, they can, but
Correct.
once they...
That's the problem. They're
Yeah.
still out there. As time goes on, though, the process of trap, neuter, and release, the idea is as time goes on, the colonies do reduce in size.
Right.
So there has to be a mechanism in place to stop them from breeding. But yeah, it is a problem. They are back in the community. But if it's an isolated area, perhaps we can identify as where that animal. And if it's as friendly as it sounds that it comes up often wanting to feed, we can't catch that animal.
Well, no, he runs when I come home, but he'll sit on my step when I roll up there like he lives there.
I have animal BB gun. No. All right, I'll have animal control give you a call tomorrow.
Okay, then.
And,
All
we'll
right.
get
Thank you. That's all I have.
Okay, Alderman Tempest.
I'll start out with animals, I guess, because, you know, we're very fortunate. We have a wonderful animal shelter out by Public Works, and we have a wonderful director, and has gone a step further, even getting community nonprofit organizations involved and donating toward it. And we ought to be proud of what we have out there. The other thing I'd like to speak on tonight is my lobbyists in Springfield. Here, we cut corners here and there. We lay off policemen. We don't add here and there, but yet we can spend $8,000 a month to have a lobbyist help us get a casino. Well, Senator Link talked to you guys last week. What do we need to pay a lobbyist $8,000 a month, gentlemen, for? And I believe the contract was on a month-to-month basis. And I would hope that someone would give me a second to eliminate the pain and notify them that his services will no longer be needed. And I would so move, and I hope I get a second and put it in committee in the Finance Committee. And you can put it in
Well, if I
Finance.
can make a comment on that.
Sure. You can put it in committee.
We could, Mayor. Alderman, we can put it into committee, but we can't take any action on it right now.
I know that, okay.
Alderman
And that's what
Rivera.
I was going to say, but at the same time, you got to understand too as well that it's not just lobbying for the casino. There's all the aldermen here. Hold on, Alderman.
I got my
all the
hand up.
aldermen here have received reports on the lobbyists that we hired. And on that report, there are so many bills that are there that affect Waukegan.
Finance Committee.
Which means, funding or money towards the city of Waukegan. So the lobbyist is there for that as well, not just for the casino. So, but respectfully, I understand what you're saying, Alderman Tempest.
Respectfully,
and
I'd like to
hopefully
answer
it
that
goes
question.
into committee
I did yield.
for further review.
Number one, we have a state senator, we have state representatives. When we hired him in the beginning, it was strictly for the casino. And then as the casino started to fade, all of a sudden we added on the other activities that he could help us with. I read the newspaper, I can see, I have a state representative, I have a senator. I do not need, as a city father, to spend $8,000 a month for some guy down in Springfield to send me a little report on my computer of what's happening. I can figure it out myself. If that's the way you want to spend $8,000 a month, boy, I hope you don't run your family budget that way, gentlemen. I hope you don't run it that way. Because this economic problem is not over with. It's going to get better for a little bit, but look out for after the elections. We're not out of the woods yet, and we better start looking how we spend our money, where we spend it. I got homes in the city of Waukegan that went for $150,000 are going for $35,000 and $37,000, $39,000. And what is that going to do to my tax rolls when they get reassessed on the tax roll? Where are going to get your increased assessed valuation to pay for your city services? You better start looking at where you're spending your dollars. And I'm sorry I'm so emotional on this, but I see it coming. And we better start biting our tongue, looking where we're spending our money and how we're spending it. And so I believe my motion went to committee, did it not?
Yes, sir. We'll put that in Finance Committee.
Thank you. I guess I've said enough tonight.
Okay.
Alderman May.
Thank you. I have a couple things tonight. The first thing I have is I want to remind everyone that the general primary election's taking place on March 20th. The City of Waukegan will have a referendum question on the ballot regarding electric aggregation. If this passes, the city will have an opportunity to negotiate a lower rate for our residents. If this passes, the residents will still have a choice to participate or to opt out of such program. I just want the citizens of Waukegan to understand that this is an important issue on the ballot, and there will be education opportunities in the very near future that will alert you of via the newspaper, city council meetings, as such. But I just want everyone to have it on their radar. March 20th is the primary election, and we do have a referendum question that is very important to the city of Waukegan. My next item, as many are aware, there's been an uptick in home robberies over the past weeks. And I'm confident that these petty criminals will be caught sooner than later by the Waukegan Police Department. I urge every resident to be extremely mindful of their surroundings when leaving and returning to their homes. If you see any suspicious persons or activity in your neighborhood, we want you to report it to the Waukegan Police. Please watch for unfamiliar people going into your neighbors' backyards, especially during the workday when people aren't typically home. This is also an opportunity to remind everyone about the Neighborhood Watch program in the city of Waukegan. We have a dedicated police officer who's doing a great job with the program. I have 2 new groups starting up due to some of the recent activity. These groups are not time-consuming. They're not difficult to get started. They're not labor-intensive. They'll help you know your neighbors better, and it really does add to the protection of your neighborhood. So I really would encourage everyone, call your alderman or call the police department if you'd like to get a neighborhood watch group started, and it's really easy. On my final note, I would like to congratulate Art Walk on their 10th anniversary, and we did also celebrate Jack Benny's 39th birthday again. But there's another birthday that we'll be celebrating this Thursday, which is the City of Waukegan's 153rd birthday. So on Thursday, take a moment and remember and say happy birthday to the City of Waukegan. And that's all I have. Thank you.
Bill? Alderman Valko?
2 quick items, Mr. Clerk. Thank you. The first one is kudos to the fire department for the fire in the 2500 block of Augusta. When I finally got over there, after about 6 trucks passed my house, there was another 3 right behind me, and you guys did a hell of a job. I was there the next day, and with your fire follow-up, as well as the police department, the officers were there. But from what I observed for the first hour the first day and probably about 45 minutes to an hour the second day, you guys were right on it. I know I talked to a couple of the residents there. They were very satisfied with the response, obviously not too satisfied with their houses going up because it was a 4-unit. So you guys did a heck of a job containing it from the other townhouses that were right there. Thank you, sir. The second item was we again to echo Alderman Koncan's statement on the Genesee Theater for the St. Baldrige. I got to tell you guys, this is one heck of a show at a discount price, $10. I bought several, and I mean several, and I'm going to disseminate them to the people who deserve them. Yes, I did.
I did. I bought 20.
That's what I bought. Okay. For those of you that don't know this Bella Kane group, the person that put it together is a Waukegan fireman. He's the drummer. The violinist, if you want to say violinist, fiddleist, lead girl singer, lead woman singer, is the daughter of the ex-police chief, Phil Stevenson. We've got another Waukegan resident that's in the band, and these guys are terrific, I'm telling you. For $10, you can't go wrong. The other group, Mellon Cougar, obviously from the name derives what kind of group he's going to be. The young women that are going to come up, the Irish dancers. As he said, there's probably about half the theater is sold out right now. We're looking to do the other half. And my message, when you guys from the bar see this over the weekend or next weekend, Anastasia's, Booners, Greentown, and Jay from Jay's Muck, you guys got to start selling them tickets out there because we're running out of time here. And thank you for your support. Once you're done with this show, you're eligible to go to any one of those 4 bars for another great time. And please patronize this because it goes just to a good cause. As you can see tonight from the people that were up here, anything that you can help for this cause here is going to be really appreciated, and I thank you very much. And that's all I have, sir.
Okay. Motion to adjourn.
That's it?
Okay. Mr. Chairman, one thing I would like to put. I know I said I didn't have anything, but I would like for us. The discussion came up about the casino. I would like for us to put in committee, particularly the Judiciary Committee, that to put together a resolution in supporting the casino.
We already did that.
That's what I'm asking, put in committee, Judiciary Committee.
We did that already. We sent one down to Springfield.
As far as I know, that's already been done, sir.
No.
No,
the resolution supporting the casino?
No, a resolution. That's if it is in committee, hopefully it'll be on the agenda, but just to clear it up, we'd like for that to be put in committee so we can clear it up as to not only supporting one for Waukegan, but more importantly, supporting one for this particular area. So that's the discussion I'd like to have. Put that in Judiciary Committee. I know Madam Chairman we talked about it. I don't know if it's exactly there in that work, but let's get something out so we can get some movement on it now that we've had that discussion with the senator.
Yeah.
Alderman Rivera.
Economic development, I don't know. Maybe the what's-the-name committee, yeah.
Well, no. Well, do you know what we did? That's fine. You can put it in the casino committee.
Oh, I'm saying, no. It should have gone there, and I stand
That's fine.
corrected.
But what we sent to the governor was just a letter of support. It wasn't a resolution.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So we're not giving up. You know, and that's why I know you want to put and I'm going to go back to the lobbyists. You want to go, if you want, that's fine putting it back into but I just don't want to show that we're giving up on this, and we're not. So, you know, resolution, yes, you know, I'll third it as well. But to get rid of our lobbyists before this game is not over with. So, well, anyways, that's all I have to say.
Need a second.
Motion by Alderman Beedling.
Need a second for
Excuse
that,
me.
to be placed in the committee.
Which committee? I think it should, inappropriately, it should go into the
casino
committee, yes.
Someone needs a second.
Seconded by Alderman Koncan.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay.
Motion by Alderman Beedling, seconded by Alderman Cunningham for adjournment. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.